Welcome to the unboxing of the new Intellivision Sprint that just came in yesterday. I had pre-ordered this from Atari when Atari announced it, and as you can see, I've got my Sears NTV System 3 right next to it for comparison. That's the game system that I typically play on. Play Intellivision for my retro Intellivision gaming. But we're going to go ahead and open this up, and we'll go from there and see how this new system looks. So, looks like we've got some tape here, and some tape here. I'll just go ahead and cut this bag open. Okay, came in a brown paper box, cardboard box, and then of course it came with this protective plastic over the box. Intellivision Sprint video game console. It has wireless disc controllers. It is rated E for everyone. It has 45 built-in games, including Boulder Dash. On your mark, get set, play is there. On the back, it shows a journey back to the golden age of gaming. It says 45 built-in games. It's got the games, some of the games listed here. This hooks up via HDMI. And I'll probably show some gameplay later. But let's open up the box and see how this is packed inside. As you can see, it's got a protective foam on top. And there is the Intellivision Sprint. Go ahead and take this out of the box. It is very light. Looks very similar to the original Intellivision that came out in the late 70s. Very similar, a little bit smaller. As you can see, this NTV System 3 is the original size, but very similar otherwise. In the box, you've got this instruction sheet. Talks about syncing the controllers, everything like that. Underneath, you've got, let's see, this is an HDMI cable. This is a USB cable. This is probably for power. That's what it looks like. And then you've got these, which I'm sure a lot of people are interested in seeing these. These are the game overlays. As you can see, I've got one of the original controllers here. The size is the exact same for the wireless controllers. Looks like they take USB-C to charge. There's a button. Looks like I pushed a button and it's already starting to try to sync. Of course, I don't have the system on, so it's not going to do that. But let's open up the overlays and see what they look like. Online on Atari, you can order this. You can order this on Amazon. It's $129.99. And so here are the overlays. It looks like what they've done is they've given you the 45 overlays for each game in one box, and then the second one's in the other box. That way, when they pack these at the factory, they can just do one box, of 45, and then put two in the box. There is a note here. It says, please remove overlay protective film before use. So each of these overlays has a protective film. There was a little bit of discussion about whether these would be double-sided or not, and it looks like they are not. But they look very similar to the original overlays. And you can see from these all of the games that are included. You got bowling, Night Stalker, Armour Battle, Frog Bog, tennis, one of my buddy and I's favorites to play. Was baseball in here? Did I pass baseball? Let's see. There it is. So you can see the original baseball versus the new baseball. It's a little bit darker, different color border on top, but very similar. I'll pick one of these to take the protective film off of. One that I don't already have the game for, because I've got most of these games on cartridge for the original. Let's see, I don't think I have Stadium Mud Buggies, so let's see if we can take the protective film off of this. I don't know if you can see that or not on the video. Looks like I got it started to get it started there. Probably better to do it on one of the corners. Must be a very thin protective. Oh, there it goes. Okay. So pull that off, and now your overlay is ready to play. Another pack, of course, it's going to be the same 45, maybe in a different order it looks like. Yeah, different order, but it's going to be a copy of one of 45 of each, just like in the first box. Look at the protective covers already coming off of bowling there. But yeah, so you get 90 total overlays, and to go along with the system. And I'll be interested to get this guy hooked up and play. So here's the instruction sheet. Gives you a quick start. I think this is supposed to have Wi-Fi. I cannot remember or not if it does. But because there was talk about being able to install other games later onto this. This does not have a cartridge slot, so be aware of that. The original had a cartridge slot over here on this side. There is no cartridge slot. It's 45 built-in games. No cartridge support for this version. I'm hoping they'll come out with a Sprint 2.0, which will accept the cartridges, because I've got dozens of Intellivision cartridges, Intellivision games on cartridge. So, but that's it. That's the Intellivision Sprint. Hope you enjoyed that unboxing, and maybe I'll do another video with some of the gameplay. Oh, it looks like it does charge from. Oh, that's cool. I didn't realize that. So it does charge. You slide these in. There's a USB-C built in, and so these will charge from the console. We'll have to see how that holds up over time. Of course, you could charge these with an external USB-C charger. The disc fills very much the same. Buttons feel very much the same as the original. It's kind of cool. It's cordless. It'll take some getting used to. One thing I don't like that I'm noticing. So on the original controllers, they were concaved on the back and kind of gave you a little bit of purchase with your fingers for these side buttons. Be aware that these controllers are not concave, probably because they need a battery. And so it's going to take a little bit of getting used to playing with these for me, because I'm used to being able to wrap my fingers under the edge in order to play, and then use this thumb for these buttons and this disc. So, but as you can see, the original overlays fit perfectly. So you could use your original overlays instead of using your new ones, if you have original ones. But yeah, that's it. That's the Intellivision Sprint 2025. Very happy Atari came out with this. I think that the previous owners of the Intellivision name missed a big opportunity by not doing something like this. They had a few handhelds over the years. They had some emulated games you could download online. Obviously, it's not the same as playing it on the console with the controllers. And then they had the Mini. Again, no cartridge support. That was, I think, 10, 12 years ago they came out with that. I've got one laying around. One of the controllers is bad. Oh, the other thing that this is supposed to have is it's supposed to have support for the Intellivision 2 controllers. Okay, and I did read it does have that support, but you have to buy an adapter to go from the 9-pin plug-in on the Intellivision 2 controllers to a USB adapter to plug them into these ports here. So it's not a direct plug-in of the original controllers from the Intellivision 2. If you remember the original Intellivision, they were permanently connected. Intellivision 2 had the 9-pin that you could pull out. This does support those, but you got to get an adapter to USB. So important. I thought that was important to mention. The other thing I'm not really seeing is a indicator about which controller is which. So once you pair these, you might want to put a little sticker 1 or 2 onto the controller so you know which one is controller 1 and controller 2. That's the video. Hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.